Well, after having sawn out all these slats for the apron, I did get them all painted. Now, a number of you have asked when I painted the frame for the framework of the spreader itself, why didn't I prime it? And you're going to see me painting these and you're going to ask, well, why didn't I prime these? Well, I did in a sense. It's not conventional primer though, as you can tell. So what I do is I thin my paint down 50% by volume. So if I use a quart of paint, I'll put in half a quart of paint thinner to thin it down. So it's 1/3 paint thinner, 2/3 paint. So the purpose of primer is twofold. One is for adhesion, and the second is for build if you want to sand out any imperfections or sanding scratches or anything like this. Well, I'm not interested in that. I am looking for adhesion. So when I thin this down 1/3, 2/3, it allows this paint to soak in and adhere to this hardwood without the use of primers. Well, a month or so back, I introduced this young fella, Bryce, that was coming in for his senior projects. And one of the first projects we had was taking apart these slats off of the chains for this live apron. Well, Bryce is at the tail end of his mentorship here at the shop. So we're going to take these slats and put them back on the chain and see if we can't get them assembled onto this old manure spreader. We've got all the chains sandblasted and painted. I have all the rollers. They're all sandblasted and painted. I have the majority of these square leg bolts that will go back into our framework that'll hold these rollers in place. So we're just going to get this put together. They're pretty loose, but I think that's just so that they don't get bound up with all the muck and debris as it's being used. Well, down the side of these spreaders, there's 25 rollers on each side, so there's 50 total. And I only came up with 46, so I'm missing 4. I did locate some 2.5-inch cast rollers that match in diameter, but they are 1 inch wide. So I need to take and turn these down. I can get them down to about 3/4 of an inch, and they'll make a good substitute, and they're just right to replace these 4 that are missing. Well, Bryce had to take off. He was great help in putting these chains on, and this was his last time here in the shop. He may stop in off and on. He really did enjoy being here. But from here on out, I'm putting slats on by myself again. Well, as these slats come up toward this bolster here, you remember when I took it apart, there were some rollers that were bolted to the front of this bolster, similar to the rollers that are on this cross beam here. Well, there's two of these cross beams that go on two uprights that help carry the weight of this apron as it's returning to the front. I have one, and one was missing. And on the front bolster, there were three rollers there. Two of them are the original cast, and one was home fabricated. So I would like to replace this. I'm going to end up having to fabricate 4 more, 3 for the second carrier crossbar, and then 1 to replace this. So in order to run these slats up across this bolster here, I need to install these rollers to carry that. So I'm going to rob the second one off of this crossbar here, and that'll allow me to keep rotating this around. I'd like to bring this slat up into this position and continue to add my slats until I get down to my junction length that actually has a bolt in it. Well, these yellow slats on a red frame really make for a pretty bright manure spreader, doesn't it? Kind of fun seeing it together. Appreciate you coming along. Thanks for watching.